Hello everybody, it's Imagine, your typical imagination, who do their best in narrating the ghost urban legend stories to you guys. And speaking of my job, let's straight up dive into some of the more spooky urban legends that I always wanted to cover. TekeTeke. TekeTeke is a story of a Japanese woman, named Kashima Reiko, and her tragic death, by falling on a railway track where her body was cut in half by a train. Basically her story started from when she was in high school, being daughter of an American man, and a Japanese woman, Kashima often being called half Japanese, while some of her classmates used to make fun of her, as they laughed at her, by calling her a half Japanese girl studying in Japan. They used to taunt, and mock her, as Kashima struggled hard in her school because of some ridiculous bullies. It was one time when she, and some of her classmates, had been assigned to the duty of cleaning the backyard of the school, where they have to remove the excess mud from the grass and ground. Kashima was happy, that after being alone from so long, she finally had a chance to spend some time with her classmates, as she thought, that maybe, she could make some friends while doing the task together. But things definitely weren't like how Kashima had imagined. Cause to Kashima's surprise, the bullying never stopped but increased even more, as cleaning the backyard with her classmates, Kashima struggled even hard to cooperate with them. Not only they were bullying her, but some were started laughing hysterically at her, while some of them started to push her, making fun of her again and again. Kashima did not know what to say. She was terrified, seeing all of her classmates bullying her in a group. She couldn't hold her tears back, still continued to laugh. One of her classmates among them suddenly pushed her, as Kashima couldn't balance her body and ended up falling on the dirty muddy ground. The loud laughings increased hysterically now. Kashima was so heartbroken. At this point she just wanted to go home. Sitting up in her dirty clothes, she turned her back and ran away. She was so heartbroken that she couldn't tell. She didn't expect this kind of behavior from a human to another human. She was disgusted, weeping, running towards the railway station to straight up reach her home. Kashima was even more humiliated when people on the railway station looked at her with disgust. They were forbidding themselves to touch her, as if their clothes would go dirty if she would walk near from them. Kashima was struggling hard and walking with people. All she could see was blurry things around her, as her teary eyes refused her from seeing things clearly. As she reached the railway line, people were already pushing her because of her dirty clothes. As getting pushed too much, suddenly Kashima's legs slipped and all she could felt was falling on a railway track, and the train suddenly ran over her, cutting her body in half, and people said on that day TekeTeke was born. Cause after Kashima's tragic death, on that same railway track, every night a TekeTeke sound could be heard, as if something is still alive. As after Kashima's death, people said that many students of her school had died too, as what shocked them, that they all died in such a way, that mimicked Kashima's death, body cut in half. Cause the truth is, after Kashima's death, Kashima didn't die but returned after becoming an Orgo vengeful spirit. Every night she would lurk on the railway station, and whoever encountered her, she would chase them, making an horrifying TekeTeke sound, and the moment she will reach them, immediately cut them in half in such a way, that mimicked her own death. In another urban legend who is a little different from this, but I doubt some of you all still haven't heard about it, aka Monto, Red Cape, the frightening tale of aka Monto, tell us a story about the spirit of a very handsome man, wearing a mask, who usually have said to wait in the stalls of ladies' washroom, mostly the last stall in the line, and once the lady would enter in the stall, and seated, his deep voice will ask, "Do you want a red paper, or blue?" If the lady would say red, she will suffer a violent death. If she would answer blue, she will be suffocated to death until she turn blue and die. Debating from the answers, if she will ask for a simple white toilet paper, two ghostly hands would appear out of nowhere, sometimes right out of the toilet she is sitting on, immediately dragging her down to the hell. But fear not, ladies, the way to avoid any of these fate, is to politely refuse anything that man offers. Cause remember, your mom once said not to take anything from strangers, and you better remember it, especially going inside the toilet. And that was all for today's video. Actually this time I took a long break, but that's okay. Stay tuned for more stories, and make sure to like, subscribe and share. See you next time.